One of the growing trends for Vox's amp lineup is the increase of hybrid amps, meshing the worlds of solid state with tube, getting the best of both worlds in one product. This, the Vox VT20X, is a 20-watt practice amp that comes with a 5-inch speaker, headphone output, and a whole lot of effects built in. This amp has a whopping 8 built-in amp sounds, all based upon different Vox models, 8 built-in pedal effects, with 4 reverb options, 33 built-in presets, and the ability to connect to Vox's Tone Room app, either on phone, tablet, or over USB connection to a computer for even more presets and amp sounds. But with the addition of Vox's 12AX7 tube, the amp allows you to have a number of options, such as bias shifts and class selectors. This amp would be perfect for someone who wants to build their own sound, but doesn't have the time, money, or space to experiment with pedals or heavy tube amps. Godan has been hitting it out of the park with their Art and Lutherie guitars since their relaunch a few years back, streamlining their models and focusing on some excellent sounding and playing guitars for a lower price point. But on occasion, they produce special limited runs of guitars in a special color, such as today's guitar, the Legacy HG Indigo Burst. This model has a solid spruce top with wild cherry laminate back and sides. The guitar comes with Godan's Q-Discrete pickup system, which has guitar's tone and volume knob controls on the outside of the guitar instead of inside of a sound hole or on the side like you might imagine. This is a beautiful guitar, with the blues showing up a lot better in person rather than on video. Currently, we have a low setup on this guitar, making it very easy to fingerpick or even play in that singer-songwriter strumming style that people might like. For the flat pickers and the heavy-handed strummers out there, we have this Alvarez MD 60BG model in stock. This guitar has a solid Sitka spruce top, Africa mahogany back and sides, forward-shifted bracing system, and a slightly wider fretboard. Similarly built from the beginning for bluegrass playing, the guitar has a loud and clear bass, but doesn't give up any of the mid or higher tones. While you might expect this guitar to be in the thousands of dollars range, Alvarez somehow manages to deliver a lot of guitar for a low price. This is an all-solid wood guitar, coming with a whole host of niceties, like a clear top, ebony bridge pins, and a herringbone binding. Martin helped to define the acoustic guitar sound as we know and love today, with their Dreadnought series of guitars. Many companies have tried to match their heights, including Taylor. While they're more well known for their warmer and more mellow-toned guitars, the Taylor DN4 was meant to emulate the classic Martin D18s and D28s. With a solid Sitka spruce top and Owen Kelly back and sides, unlike many of the Taylor guitars, this DN4 really focuses on having a much bassier tone, something that seasoned Martin players will well know. The guitar is very bare bones, no cutaways or pickups, just a solid tone and a fretboard that's easy to play and ready for bluegrass or pop songs alike. If you want something that sounds a lot like a Martin, but don't have the $2,500 or $3,000 to pay for one, definitely take a look at the store and take a look at Taylor's alternative. Inspired by the classic Dreadnoughts of the pre-war era comes the Blue Ridge BR240. This guitar has a solid spruce top, mahogany back and sides, Santos rosewood fretboards and bridge, and a tortoiseshell-inspired pickguard. The guitar has this aged tone finish that gives it a very vintage look, standing out from a lot of the more modern guitars on the current market. The guitar's neck feels quite slim, smaller than the neck widths that most guitar manufacturers would make by default. The neck is also made of solid mahogany, and it might be a lot easier for fingerpickers with smaller hands who often have to fight with Martin-style necks. Overall, the manufacturers weren't trying to do too many fancy things with this guitar. The guitar looks and plays solid, with the only real flashy element being the floral pearl inlays of the logo on the headstock. If you want a guitar that plays extremely well and can be taken out to jams or camping, this Blue Ridge is certainly a solid option. When it comes to acoustic guitars, there are few as prolific and popular as Martin's HD28. This model, which we currently have a 2012 model in stock, comes with all of the things you'd expect from HD28. The D14 body size, dovetail neck joint, modified low oval neck shape, Sitka spruce top, rosewood back and sides, and an ebony fretboard. All these materials and designs come together to give the guitar an acoustic tone that most luthiers try and imitate with their own designs. This guitar is in excellent shape, as it looked like it was babied over its short lifespan. The HD28 is the type of guitar you buy once and hold on to for the rest of your life, so if you're interested, you should probably try and act fast. Every once in a while, you find a guitar that hits the sweet spot of nice quality and low cost. One of these models is the Eastman PCH1om. These guitars have a solid Sitka spruce top, maple neck, and laminate sapelli back and sides. While it doesn't have the solid back and sides of a higher-end guitar, this OM has a nice body shape, and despite its smaller size, still projects a great deal of sound. We've had a couple of these guitars in the shop over the past few years, and I've always thought that they punched way above their weight in cost and sound. If you're looking for a nice guitar you can take with you anywhere, this is definitely the guitar for you. Nylon string guitars can be a little cumbersome for some players due to their larger neck, nut, and string spacings. If you want something that bridges the gap between a nylon string guitar and a classic steel string, then it's models like the Yamaha NTX1200 that you should really be looking at. What it lacks in a clever name, it makes up for in build quality, with a solid Sitka spruce top, rosewood back and sides, African mahogany and ebony neck, and fretboard. All crafted into a slick-looking design, Yamaha clearly didn't cut any corners with this instrument. The guitar plays quite easily if you're a steel string player, especially with its smaller nut size. Normally nylon guitars have a wider nut, but this Yamaha feels much more like an older Seagull guitar, something between a classical and a steel string. Additionally, this guitar has Yamaha's System 61 two-way ART pickup built in.